All right, welcome to the Greendoorlv podcast. I'm your host, Nacho Vegas. I'm here with Lala Tada and Doc. And just let you guys know, the Greendoorlv is an adult social club here in Las Vegas. So please, if you ever come by Vegas, please come visit us. If you find me, I'll be happy to give you a tour. So, and don't forget to like and subscribe. So, welcome.
Thanks very much. Thanks for having us.
It's nice to be back.
Yes.
Because we've been here before.
Yes. So I'm very happy that you're here and you have experience coming here, and you guys are in the lifestyle.
Yes.
And so before we talk about the club a little bit, how'd you guys get into the lifestyle?
Oh my God. It's always a good question. Him and I together have always been in the lifestyle, I would say. Like, since we were dating, he took me to my first swinger club in London.
Oh.
Like, that was my very first experience in a swingers club. And I think in your last relationship, you had, like, some experiences that were, like, kind of swingery.
Yeah, not like what it's evolved to now, for sure.
Yeah. And I didn't. And I didn't get into it as much until I met you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think there's been a big difference between then and now with the community? Has it changed at all?
It's difficult to say because we took a break for a while when we had kids and stuff. So we were in it for a little while, and then we got back into it, which was just, like I said, an evolution of our relationship and our kind of adventurous side.
Kids, so we took that needed break.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And so for the last few years, that's more what we're familiar with. So I don't know if I'd say it's changed particularly. And in the UK, there were kind of, my experience was more limited than what we do now.
Yeah. Out of all the cities in the United States, like, which ones kind of stand out more as far as, like, people that are in the lifestyle? Because a lot of people...
I mean, we've really only dabbled in Vegas and maybe a little bit in California. Can you think of anywhere else?
A bit in Arizona, maybe Chicago.
Oh, yeah, Arizona, Chicago. Vegas is just it. I mean, at least for us, but we live here, so people come to us. Like, we find them, on social media or our swinger sites, and they're like, we're coming to Vegas anyway. Let's go, like, hang out. Yeah. So we get that advantage of people wanting to come to us.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I like about the Greendoorlv compared to, I mean, they're all great. I'm not trying to, like, compare between all swingers clubs, but, like, we're so close to the Strip. And I love meeting first-timers. And before I got into the adult industry, when I was meeting first-timers, like, I didn't feel it was, like, my duty to, like, give them the tour and, like, but I just wanted to make them feel comfortable here. Yeah. I wanted to let them see it without having that overwhelming feeling.
Yeah.
Because you ever walk into a new place, you get nervous.
Sure.
And you're just, your guard is maybe up, or it's just hard to absorb everything when there's just so much to see and do, especially on a busy night.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I would say it being like the relaxed kind of atmosphere is definitely helpful. And both times, I don't even remember how many times we've been, but I want to say every time we've been to the Greendoorlv, something has happened like different each time, but that's made us feel welcome and relaxed, like when we were arriving.
Yeah. My thing here is I like to come a little bit early. And then and see people come in rather than coming into chaos.
Yeah.
And because you just don't know where to start. You feel like you're late for the party.
That's how we have always been as well. And oh God, he forgot his ID one night, and of course, like, that is needed to come into a club like this. Like, you have to have your ID. You can't just come in.
Right.
And somebody that we knew, like, saw us at the door, and they're like, no, come with me, and they, like, sorted it out, and it was fine, like, it was good, and it ended up being a great night. But, like, ever since then, I'm like, fucking remember your ID.
Right.
Oh shoot. We're not allowed
Yo,
to
yeah,
swear.
you can say that.
Okay.
Yeah, we're talking about sex and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah. Sometimes people talk about like DP and all that stuff, and we're just like, okay.
I just was making sure I could swear. I do that from time to time.
Yeah. When
5 minutes, you did a good job.
Thanks. Thank you so much, babe.
When you're in the moment in a place like this or wherever event that you're at, like, do you swear a lot in the moment?
Oh, it depends. Sometimes. I mean, I might be like, oh, fuck, yeah, fuck, that feels good, or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes not. Sometimes I'm just loud.
You're always loud.
Sometimes just moaning and loud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds like it.
Are there things on the? I know a lot of couples have like a bucket list. Have you guys accomplished them all, or is there
Probably. I mean, for me. How about you?
No, we haven't.
Oh, probably not. No, I just did my first. Am I allowed to say DVP?
Yes. Oh yeah.
Okay, I did my first DVP scene.
Okay.
This last Monday, so not too long ago, and that was on like a bucket list, but mainly for like filming, not necessarily for like. I mean, it was great for the experience. It was wonderful, but it wasn't just for that. It was for filming as well.
Right.
So we covered that one, and I think DP is the other one, right?
Yeah.
Or like 3 holes filled in a situation would be another one for me too, and especially on film.
Right.
Well, we start out with good intentions, and then we get distracted.
Right? Yeah. It takes a minute to actually like get it done.
What did you have to prep? Did you feel like you had to train for the DVP or the?
No, I mean I trained my head on my babies.
That's great.
I mean, I know, and also I have a degree in I don't want to say like what I have my degree in exactly, but I have a medical degree.
Oh, okay.
So
I thought it was gonna be like engineering.
No.
Construction. Like construction engineering.
That'd be fucking fabulous. But no, That's good. That's really good. But no, I have a medical degree, so I do like know that what the vagina can do, and I've experienced it, like having my own children.
Okay.
Like
the breathing.
It can do things.
Yeah.
And I picked somebody that I felt like I wasn't scared of handling. He was the first male talent, of course. And then the other male talent, I was like, okay, you're girthy, but I feel like we can figure that out.
Right.
And we talked about it. We talked about it in length. We had lots of lube. Like, we talked about, like, camera angles. We had somebody else, like, on camera, so we got, like, really good angles of it. And I always say, like, I'm going to say cut, or I'm going to say, like, no, or stop if I feel
I think you need to stick with
icky.
cut.
but I always say, like, no, stop, cut. Those are my words. Like, I'm not going to say something crazy.
Right.
It's going to be those words. And, yeah, he was very, very nice and very good with it. And I felt like it went well.
Yes.
And it was like, I thought it was going to be super painful, but it wasn't. It was great. It was good.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's, as a guy, when I had my first DVP, I was the anchor.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't weirded out, but it like, I was ready for it. It was off camera.
Okay.
It was here a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just funny, like, to me. Because, like, I could feel, like, her weight on me, which is great. And her boobs were pressed on mine.
Right.
And then here he comes.
Yeah.
And I'm feeling it down there. And I'm
right.
like, wow, I don't know how. I'm a very visual, imaginative person.
Yeah.
So when I saw him gonna attempt it, I could visually see what's happening down there, and I could just see her face and reaction because she's like right there. I'm just like looking like, and then when she goes, oh, and I'm like, oh, okay, she likes it.
Yeah.
You know, but then I'm like, I didn't know what to do. I was down there, and I was like, should I just stay here? Should I move too?
Right.
Do I thrust or do I grab or I don't know.
Yeah.
So I just kind of stayed there and just let it happen, I guess, and see what happens, you know. But you get better at it. And then,
absolutely.
Yeah, then you start learning the positions and stuff. And when I started doing like on camera stuff, especially professionally, especially with the gangbangs, I do a lot now. But I'm so happy that I had those trial and errors in the beginning, and then because I understand how crazy it could be for a girl. Like it's nerve-wracking. I can imagine. Yeah. Because you don't want to destroy a vagina or anything like that.
Especially when you have other shoots lined up.
Right. right. So
let's keep everything intact.
Right. I'm just thinking like parallels, and like you don't want to go this way or that way. One can't be like overpowering over the other. Yeah. So no, it's pretty interesting, and that's like it's more common now than before. I mean, I've gotten into this lifestyle a long time. I'm pretty sure you guys might too. And then like, how long have you guys been in the lifestyle?
Swingers? Oh, since we were together.
Yeah, so probably like 15-ish.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we're about the same. And like, it's just a lot has changed since then. I mean, back then I remember coming to a place like this. I saw a lot more older people doing those kinds of moves. Now it's like younger people, and I'm like, holy cow! I'm like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, I don't know. I'm just happy I'm living in a time now like all this is happening because everything's happening so fast, especially with the internet and like different kind of platforms and stuff and categories and we were talking about off camera like we know what sells and what people watch a lot. You know, people like watching that stuff and if you like it, if you're good at it, more power to you guys. You know.
Yeah, I think that the platforms is one of the most obvious big things that's changed. Just like creating content and having a place to display it.
Yeah. When I first started in the industry, I was only nude modeling, and I had so many limits and boundaries. Like I wouldn't even do like anything even closely related to BDSM. Like I had one photographer that ever got me to like get my hands tied. That was it. And it was a photo, and it was hands tied against a chair. Like it was nothing.
Right.
And I did fetish videos, but they were very, and I actually started doing them again. But anyway, it was fetish videos, but they were very, what's the word I'm looking for? Niche.
Yeah.
Niche. And it was breathing, heartbeat, underwater, and he would record all these things. Pulse. They wanted to see like really up close, like pulses on my body in certain areas.
Oh.
But I was extremely anonymous, so it had nothing to do with my modeling career at that time. This was 15 years ago, like at least 15 years ago. And it hadn't. I completely separated them. Like I made sure that was completely anonymous at that time. And that was my introduction to this world. Wow. And then I danced a bit. That's how I met him. I was his stripper.
Oh, okay.
And then then we started having babies and we took a break. And then when I had a career in the medical field and sold my practice, and then got back into it, and that's when I was like, let's go full force. Let's do it all.
Right.
Let's do all the things.
Right.
If I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it. And like I just wanted to get back into it, and I didn't want to go back into the medical field at that point. Like it was just too much.
Yeah.
I was over it.
Plus like I mean, being business minded is one thing, but being business minded in an industry like this, it's like it's fun.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work, you know.
It's a fucking shitload of work.
Takes a lot of time testing the lights.
Are you fucking kidding me? Oh my god.
Editing.
Yeah, people that think that you just like, oh, I'm gonna film myself just like, I don't know, getting a pedicure and gonna make $1 million. No, that's not how this fucking works. This is not how this fucking works. But anyway, yeah, got back into it, and I actually got back with my fetish producer that produced me and did all my videography and all my editing for the crazy fetish stuff that I did that I started out with.
Yeah.
Like, asked me to come back on. I'm like, you know, I'm 40, right?
Oh.
And he's like, no, you're like my best-selling model. They would love to have you back. Like, your fans are still there. They're still buying your shit. Like, let's go.
That's awesome.
So I'm back on board with him too. So it's like another additional thing that I'm doing in addition to like all the other shit.
Yeah. So how long consistently have you been shooting this time around?
Oh, this time around. 2
maybe just
and a bit.
Years?
Around 2.
Yeah.
Okay, because we did have a lot of content that came from, you know, AFF. Adult Friend Finder.
Adult Friend Finder, yeah. Yeah.
We had a profile on there and it did really, really well. And of course, you don't make money on that site. Like, we had fun. We met some cool people that we like still talk to this day and still hang out with and all that stuff. But you don't make money on it, and we had great content, even though they're like little snippets and like dark, shitty lighting and like amateur as fuck.
Right.
When I sold my practice and I got bored, I was like, I wonder what I can do with all this content that we have on this AFF. Like, can I do something else with it? And like started my OnlyFans and sold it on there, and people liked it. And I was like, really?
Yeah.
Okay, you're gonna pay me for this? Like, what we do anyways. Like, literally what we do in our bedroom anyways.
Right.
And that's kind of where the second breath of this manifested from.
That's awesome. You know, it's funny how some fans, like, I noticed more on many vids where people will scroll to your very first post and buy it. Yeah. And they'll buy your newest one. Yeah. But I go back into it. I'm like, what was my first scene? Yeah. I'm like, oh my god.
I know, right? Me too.
It's embarrassing. Yeah.
All my first ones were solo. Mini vids were solo. Yeah. They were all solo with Gerald Sanders was my producer, and he still does that for me anytime I want. But yeah, it was just all solo with toys. Like, it was just like, I wouldn't say like, it just, the content is so different from what I do now. Right. That I'm like, I'm sorry, fans. Yeah. Buy my vibrator video that's 8 minutes long. There's real orgasms, but like, I'm sorry.
the first actual scene I done with like a real porn star, and it was here. We had a massage room upstairs, and it was like this. I thought I was fancy, but I bought this like Walmart Sony camera, and I didn't have any lights like you see today. It was just a ring light, but I did have a cameraman. But he had held the ring light like this, but still he wasn't like getting close or nothing. And I'm just like, and I looked at him like, I told the girl, I said, I'm so sorry. She's like, oh no, it's fine. It's so good. Yeah, so like we ended up shooting like 6 more times.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, it's really good. Yeah. And sometimes fans just like the content. Like, you're not so hung up on like the lighting or how professional it looks. Right. They're not always hung up on that.
Yeah, no, I think the professionalism, I mean, it's good to be professional with the people you're working with.
Sure.
But when it comes to a lot of groups of people, like it's what they care about the most. It's the lighting and the camera and all that stuff. So, you know, because I don't know how it is for couples or females, for like single males, it's like there's so many
Yeah.
So how do you stand out?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you have to have your own little thing for sure. Yeah.
So when she was like okay with it, I think, but then at the end of it, she was like, you know what, like you were just super nice and super funny. Like I'll shoot with you anytime. I'm like,
well, that makes a big difference too. It really does. Like I don't care how many fans you have or how many people you're gonna get to my page. If you're an asshole, I'm not shooting with you again. Yeah. I don't give a fuck. Right. Like I'm not doing it. Right. Like I'm just not doing it. Like this is not my bread and butter. This is not my only everything.
Right.
I got somebody else to do that.
Right.
So, and I have money coming in other places. Like I've owned multiple businesses. I've had return on investments that have been really successful. Mm-hmm. Like I'm a business owner. I'm an entrepreneur. Like literally, like beyond the porn industry.
Yeah.
Can I say porn?
Yeah.
Okay. So when people are like, "Oh, well, you're not shooting with this caliber of person," like I don't give a fuck. They're nice. I like them. They're great. They're fun, and they give me this angle on things.
Right.
That's what I'm looking for. Like, and I think my fans appreciate that too. I'm not just like, and I don't have I have an agency, but they're not an agency that makes me be exclusive. They're an agency that literally works for me.
That's
like
good. Like what an agent's supposed to do.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. They do what an agent is supposed to do.
Right.
And I love that, and I would never have signed with them if they didn't have that in their contract, that I am independent, I do what I want, and they help me with X, Y, and Z.
You could shout them out if you want.
Oh, Red Model Agency.
Red Model, okay.
Yeah.
Isn't it Model Red?
Model Red.
Model
oh,
Red.
Shit. Guys.
There you go.
Don't get mad at me for that. It's like...
Yeah, I was in Arizona. I think I worked with a few girls that were in that agency.
Yeah,
they're super nice.
So amazing. Run by two, like the top two. There's multiple people, but the top two guys that run it are just really great and like give me the time of day and like care about what I care about and being like inclusive in regards to like my content and inclusive in regards to the fact that I'm older. I present myself as a MILF and an older person. I'm 40 years old. And I'm not a 25-year-old that's coming on set like not knowing things. Like I'm older, and that's how I present myself, and they're totally okay with that.
Well, yeah, you're not like, you may be a MILF, but you're not like, you don't look old at all.
Aww,
like you're super young. Like
thank you.
Yeah, I wouldn't have never guessed 40.
Really?
Yeah, seriously, I would have guessed like maybe 33, maybe.
Just had my 40th birthday in April.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah.
Taurus?
I'm on the cusp.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So you take your pick. Am I Aries or am I Taurus? Right there. Aries or Taurus? Yeah, I'm right on the cusp.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm on the cusp. I'm May 18th. So it's like closer to Gemini.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm on the cusp too. So,
yeah.
Yeah. That's awesome. I mean, it's good to see an agency like that. And there's some other agencies that I met the owners of, and they're pretty cool. But there's some agencies that are just like, like, I don't want to talk bad about them.
Yeah, we won't talk bad about anybody. But I've
people
definitely
have preferences.
Yeah. And I've had interviews and conversations with other agencies, other production companies that have been like, well, you need to do X, Y, and Z, or we're not going to give you any business. And I'm like, tough shit. Right. I am too old to be dealing with that.
Right.
And I don't need to. Like, for me, I do not need to. I don't need to pander to them.
That's powerful. Like
it is powerful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of like younger actors and actresses that like they don't have that business mind mentality. You know, they haven't learned that yet. They may learn how to make money, but they don't haven't learned yet the goods and the bads, the ups and the downs.
Absolutely.
And the struggle.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I learned that 20 years ago.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great. And as far as like shooting with people and stuff too, I compare that with the swinger community. Like
I do too.
Oh really? Yeah. Because in the beginning, I was just a crazy horn dog. Like, honestly, as soon as I figured out how to do it, and I got past my fear of having sex in front of people.
Yeah.
Then I was all over the place.
Yeah.
But then you started building a taste, and you start not becoming more picky, but you start knowing what you like. Right?
Exactly.
And then you kind of narrow it down.
Right.
Okay, I'm only gonna come here for this.
Right.
But before I was like, wow, I was just happy for anything.
I love it.
But I learned that way.
Yeah.
I learned who like in the beginning I said yes a lot as far as why don't you just come to our hotel room, this and that, and I'm like, yeah, sure, why not? What's the worst that could happen?
Yeah.
Okay, there's some things that could happen. Not like my life is in danger, but just like I didn't agree to this.
We've had some experiences.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll tell you. Yeah.
And but generally, if they're really nice, you don't I remember. I think I shared this story on this podcast before, but there was this lady. She was 70 years old. It was her 70th birthday. Nicest lady in the world. And this place gets dark in a lot of areas, and I see this lady masturbating with some toys, and she was all alone. I was like, why is everyone just watching?
Yeah.
She's waving everyone in. So I'm getting closer to look, and I can't see without my glasses. I have not had my glasses on at the time. So as I get closer, then I started seeing the age. But the body was like, all right, this is nice. You definitely work out for a 70-year-old.
Yeah.
Long story short, I was just gonna leave, and she was like, hey, it's my 70th birthday. I mean, the world to me. And I'm like, let's do this. 70 years old, I can't pass this up. It's just super sweet.
Yeah.
I didn't break a hip or nothing.
Yeah.
And but it was cool. I mean, but I would never do that like as far as in the real world, just hit up a 70-year-old for no reason, But
right.
in a place like this, when you're in an environment where it's like, well, you're doing it. It's like on camera, it's the art. I like the lighting. I like the things, the creativity of it.
Sure.
And the same thing in the swingers community. It's just like there's a beauty to things, and the way you mold it.
Yeah.
And then when you're done with it, you're leaving with a smile on your face, and you're talking about it.
I absolutely agree. What do I always say to you?
Yeah, that's how you get me to do a lot of stuff. It will be fun. Is what you always
it's what you make of it.
Yeah.
There's something fun in every situation if you want it to be.
Right.
If you make it that way.
Yeah.
There's been some crazy shit that we have done that we walk away from and get back in the car and we're like, what the fuck was that?
Right.
That was fucking crazy. Nothing bad. Nothing bad. Just how did this end up happening? But older people, older 70s, absolutely.
Right.
Yeah, he's got a hot tub. He's a nice guy. He's bi. Let's go for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I get that.
Yeah. So there are some situations. There's one. I will share one where it was another DVP situation.
Cool.
And but this guy, the husband to the wife, he was super massive, and so he kept on pushing me out.
Really?
Yeah. So I was stuck though. I couldn't get my arms in there to put it back.
Gotcha.
And then by the second time, he was like, "Oh, I got you." Grabs it, and then spits on it, and then gives me the assist. And I'm just like, really.
We did not discuss this.
We did not discuss this. And the wife was like, are you okay? Are you okay? I'm like, what are you telling me? Don't pet me. Damn it. But now I'm thinking in my head like, okay, that's my no list. Don't pet me.
Don't pet me. And also, let's talk about this.
Yeah.
If this is gonna happen, what do we do?
Yeah, exactly. Like
yeah.
So.
Yeah.
We've definitely our list of
our list was like
things we talk about.
Yeah, not bad.
Just because we learn
from
yes.
Because you don't know if you like
and something
until something happens, and you're like, oh fuck, we're gonna add this to the list.
Yeah. Especially when you realise that you're completely okay with certain things, but other people might not be.
Oh yeah.
Say like,
oops,
yeah.
sorry.
Yeah. So now we ask a lot of questions beforehand.
Can we say what we mean by that? Is that allowed?
Yeah.
I mean,
okay. So what?
Yeah.
Just we had a person that it was a threesome. It was another male, and we talked about everything. Everything was cool. How do I put this in YouTube? Okay.
I think with what you've said already, you can say
he
okay.
finished. Finished.
Okay. Where?
In me.
Okay.
Okay. And then I was like crawling on top of the other person. And some things fell on a foot of the other person, of that person. And that person, I instinctually am like cleanup factory. Like, let me get you for that. And they were like, gotta go shower.
You should explain that.
Right.
You should explain when you say clean up. You just like.
No, I'm not gonna. It's YouTube.
You licked it up though. You didn't go get a cloth or anything.
No.
Oh,
yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I know, but
he picked it up.
for the benefit of the viewers.
Yeah.
So from that point on, we're always like, okay, we know you're good with the threesome, but like, how good are you?
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
where are you with your comfortability on that? Especially because we don't want to ever make anybody feel uncomfortable.
Right.
We don't ever want to make somebody feel like, oh, I don't feel good, I need to run out of the room.
Yeah.
Like, never. Never, ever, ever. That's why we always go over, like, boundaries, consent. I am ridiculous with consent. I will ask for consent before, during, after, like, constantly. Like, I'm annoying with that. Yeah. Like, is it okay if? Can I do this? And people are like, I gave you consent. I'm like, you're going to have to give it again.
Right. Yeah.
And there's just been not too many instances. There's just been instances that I don't ever want to be that person that makes a person feel uncomfortable.
Right. No, yeah, I hear you. Again, like when people don't know until it happens, or you saw it dripping on the person's foot.
Yeah.
Like, it's the foot.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be that bad.
Right.
You know.
And I gotcha.
Yeah, I got you. I'll clean up. I'll spot you.
Right.
You know, it's okay.
Exactly.
It's okay.
That's hilarious.
The way I see it is like, on camera, stuff happens in a funny way, bloopers.
Yeah. Oh my
bloopers
god,
happen.
I love bloopers.
Show must go on, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's because we got into it from like primarily swinging was where our content came from. So that aspect of hot wife, MILF, amateur, but having fun with it because it's very natural versus like fake stories. Like all of our content was genuine swinging. And so I think that's a big part of what people like.
Right.
Yeah.
Titles make a big difference too.
Mm-hmm.
So like there's some female talents that I work with are like young, because I'm 40. How old am I? 42. And you don't know when you don't know when you're having lots of sex, and you just and but like a lot of the younger females, like in their young 20s or whatever, and they don't know how to act. So, but I just tell them, like, look, this is what the title's gonna be.
Mm-hmm.
Like your mother's neighbor, dad, stepdad, whatever, it could be. And so just keep that in mind.
Mm-hmm.
Like, don't go in your dark place. This is just for the camera.
Right.
And like, you don't have to speak, just the way you like I'm generally the older guy, you're the younger girl.
Mm-hmm.
And that's that. And then like, but when I title it and I describe it on the description, like that sells a lot too.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Because people for me when I shoot the scene, I really got away from like cutting and going. Like I really I try my best just run it, you know.
Yeah.
And sometimes it is necessary to cut and go for certain things.
Sure.
Right.
Yeah, I get that.
And but that title and description, that will really sell.
Yeah.
Because people will only see your teaser.
Mm-hmm.
So they have to be convinced, you know,
right.
to buy it.
I mean, they're spending money on it. Mm-hmm. They want to know what they're getting.
Right. Especially there's so much free content out there.
Oh my God. So, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But now with the cross platforms as well, having the chance to kind of get to know the people you're working with a bit through like online interactions or conferences and stuff. Not conferences, what they call it, expos and whatnot.
Oh yeah. It's helpful. Yeah, the expos are pretty good. Yeah. Did you guys go to which expos did you guys go to?
AVN most recently. That was in I was gonna say in like January, December.
Yeah, early January.
Yeah, we haven't done any. Like people keep trying to get me to go to the cruise, and I'm like, I can't. It's really hard. Like I can do the ones in Vegas, generally speaking, but like going anywhere else is kind of difficult with just our schedules. Our schedules are fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Like 100% of the time. I am booked till like mid-August at the moment.
Oh wow.
Like it's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was at the AVN this year also.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. I liked it. I mean, it was a good AVN, but the venue was different from where it used to be.
Yeah.
And, it was very well lit. Yeah. And the rooms were just too far apart.
Yeah.
And stuff. So, I don't know. It just kind of felt weird. And then you go downstairs to the casino. Mm-hmm. Everyone's all watching you going down the escalator. You're just like, even as a guy, like for me, I'm just like, because I'm generally an introvert. Mm-hmm. Like outside of these walls is like my second home. Mm-hmm. But like when I'm at home, I'm just home. Mm-hmm. You know, just minding my own business. You know.
I hear that.
Yeah, but I actually worked for an agency this year, so I got to meet a whole lot of people.
Oh, nice.
And I got to talk to a few, but I had some fans that saw me and I signed their jackets or their shirts and stuff.
I love that when that happens.
Yeah, and they're like, "Oh,
that's
like you had the best dad bod ever." And I'm just like, "I'll eat more."
I love it.
You know, I'm like, all right, like I'm doing something right. You know, so I just like it for the reassurance.
Yeah.
Or, you know, people know your name. They're like, oh, okay, like cool. I'm like, all right, that makes me feel good. Like I'm doing something. You know? Yeah. So
absolutely.
So I'm definitely looking forward to the next one.
Yeah.
Yeah, us too. We had a fun time.
We did too much.
Too much fun.
Did you guys shoot at all at nights or no?
We didn't. That particular week, we were kind of on like a off week of shooting,
and it was busy,
we had people staying with us. He was working like his vanilla job, and it was just difficult to like arrange everything. Plus, kids, blah blah blah, all that stuff. You ended up going to the expo. I didn't, but we both went to the awards together and the after party and all that. We met a lot of great people, like that we ended up shooting with over like the course of the next few months, and we became friends with and like collaborated on multiple things. Like Sean Dam, we met at the bar there.
I feel like Sean meets everyone at the bar. We're not special.
And we've like collaborated on multiple things, multiple things, and that's been really, really good. And there's been multiple other people, and then like Jimmy Collins was somebody that stayed with us and went with us to the event, Wisconsin Tiff went with us, and it was the first time we met her. Actually, it was like we picked her up and like took her to the AVNs.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I got to meet her a few times, but like I know you from association, from a lot of other people. Same thing with her.
Yeah.
It's like we chatted before. We're like, yeah, whenever, but we never have time. But
she's so great.
Yeah.
She doesn't. Oh my gosh, she's so busy. This girl, she works so hard, and I just love her for that. I really do. Like, she works her ass off, and I'm like, I want to be you one day.
I read the article that was written about her, like from the UK.
Oh, really? I did not see that. You have to send it to me.
Okay, yeah. It was about her, like, having a thing for older men.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
This guy.
And I'm just like, I see it all the time, but it's great.
Right?
It's great that, like, she's getting recognition for it.
Yeah.
Especially because it's more common. It's very common, especially now.
Right.
Yeah, but people don't always want to come out there and talk about it and promote it and be like, this is my thing.
Yeah.
But she's like, I don't give a fuck.
This is it.
I'm going to tell you what I like and what I don't like, and I'm going to just do me.
Right.
And I love that about her.
It is.
I really do.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I can't wait to have her on here and talk about
She's
it.
gonna be so good.
Yeah. Oh man, like I've seen the scenes like we talked about with the gangbang and all this stuff, and like and the producer guy, like he's a super nice guy. Tadpole. Yeah. He's like, dude, like come out.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, what are you gonna
Yeah.
Because I'm from the area where he's from.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. So,
that'd be perfect.
Yeah. So I'm like, okay, I'll make my way out there,
Right.
So, but yeah, I mean, it's because it gives people hope. It gives it like a lot of vanilla people like oh man, like not to encourage them to like reach out a lot,
right.
But knowing that if they have the confidence, like they don't have to settle for whatever that they're doing, they should go out and meet and talk to people and have the courage.
Absolutely.
Right? So
agreed.
Yeah. I mean, that's the one thing I always take about a place like the Green Door is actually building courage and like knowing what to say and how to say it and just making people feel comfortable around you. Mm-hmm. That's the biggest secret. It is.
How do I do that? I think my words are, do you have a hard dick? Do you want to fuck?
Right.
Those are my comfortability
to be
situations.
To be a woman. I can't do like, hey, do you have a wet pussy?
You want to fuck?
Oh, I got arrested again.
Right. Want to go out for a pizza and fuck? Well, you don't like pizza?
I love pizza.
I love pizza, yes. Absolutely.
One of my most talked about experiences, though, like people ask me all the time, like, what's your craziest experience? Like, what did you ever do that was like the craziest thing I've ever done? I'm not joking you. I was drunk as fuck. It was my second or third time back in New York. We go hang out.
Okay.
And then we come back. And I just was in a mood for some dick, I guess. And was like, okay. I walked into the room. It wasn't even in the couples area. It was downstairs, I think. I do believe so. I think we moved to the couples area. Oh, no, we did bring a couple with us from the other area. And came back over here. And they were sitting there. He was there. But then I was just like, oh, there was another guy that had, come with us from the lifestyle. And we met online, but he wasn't hard. And I'm like, all right. Who here has a hard dick? And then, mobs of people started coming over. And I was like, oh, hi. And you just basically had to, vet, each person. You were like, no to you, because you're wearing a hoodie and I can't see your face. And then, everybody else, you were like, all right.
I don't think we said no to too many people.
I don't think we said no to too many people.
That's awesome.
And then, we went to the couples area after that. But, that's one of my best, craziest lifestyle experiences, except for being in London at that club with him for the first time ever. But just coming in here, so.
That's great. That's great to have someone with you. That way you can vet and see and self-control.
That was super helpful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because then it just becomes a cluster.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I wouldn't have done that if I was on my own. I wouldn't have been in there if I was on my own.
Right. That's actually a good lesson for everyone else listening. Mm-hmm. It's like, look, like it could happen.
Yeah.
You know, and whatever you want, it's there. Mm-hmm. All you have to do is just speak up.
Yeah.
Whose dick is hard?
Right? Who's got a hard dick?
Who's got a hard dick? Yeah. Right.
Let's go.
So before we end our episode here, do you want to say anything to the camera, to the fans, to see maybe shout out some social media stuff and
sure.
or where we can find you?
Yeah. So I am Lala Tada. On Twitter, I'm Lala Tada _. I should be pretty easy to find. Instagram, I'm Lala Tada _2 because Instagram loves to ban people. But we still love them. Those are probably my two main places that you can find me. I have all my links, Lala Tada, of course. You can just find me on there and find all my links. I have an OnlyFans. I have and that's just Lala Tada again. And minivids, same thing. That's pretty much my main spaces.
Does it have your fetish stuff?
Oh my fetish stuff is on my my links. Yeah, there's a link right to it. Ta-da! You can find it right there. I think that's it, right?
I think you covered it.
Awesome. Well,
thank you.
I want to thank you guys.
Thank you.
And I'm really excited to have you guys back. And then, and then obviously like shooting content here and everyone can see it and stuff. So that'd be great.
Let's do it.
Yes. Let's do it.
Let's do it. Ta-da!
Again, thank you guys for checking us out. And I'm going to have all the links below in the description. And just don't forget to like, subscribe, share, share the information. And again, when you guys come to Las Vegas, just Google Greendoor and find us. All right?
I might be here.
Yes.
Definitely check out the Greendoorlv.
Have a hard day.
Have a hard day.
All right, later.
Thanks for watching the Greendoorlv podcast. For more content, click the links below and don't forget to like and subscribe and to follow our guest social media accounts.